After my latest video tutorial where I have been showing how to send an email from PHP, I've got a lot of the comments on what we are going to do if we don't want to use Gmail or in case that we want to send more than 500 emails per day. So in this case, I want to show you how to use the SendGrid. SendGrid is a professional tool that you can use to send any amount of emails you want to, but you need to know how to properly install. So in this video I will show you the easiest way how you can use SendGrid to send an email from the local host or from your dedicated server, from your shared hosting, or whatever the case might be. So stay with me. So the first thing that we need to do is to actually go to the sendgrid.com, and then you need to go and create an account for yourself. So you can start with a free account, or you can go to the plans and pricing and really see which plan will be the best for you. So as you can see here, for the free account, for the first 30 days you are able to send 40,000 emails, or if you want to stay on the free account, you are able to send 100 emails per day forever, or you are able to go to any other and send really pretty much any size of emails that you want. So once you create your account, you will need to go to the settings, API keys, and then here we are going just to create some API key. So I will say here like tutorial, whatever the case might be. You want to grant specific access, so I'll just say full access, and I'll say create and view. So after this you will get this API key, and you need to make sure that you copy and save this key, because once you click on done you are not able to get it again. So the only way to get it is to create a new one, so make sure that you save it properly. Okay, so for now I will leave it here before we start writing the code. Okay, and now I want that we go to the SendGrid API documentation, because just in case that anything changes in the future and this video get obsolete, you will be able to still learn and send properly. So as you can see here, they offer a variety of different languages that you can use to send an email, and in our case I will just use the curl, because we only are going to send an email, but their API is able to do so many different things that it's ridiculous. But if you want to use their API, here are the things how to do it, but for now we will just use the curl. Okay, so now if we analyze this curl, we can see that the request needs to be post method. We need to define URL, of course, 2 headers. You can see from the content type that data that we are sending needs to be in JSON format, and then here is how we are going to send the data. So let's start. So here I will just open, and then at the top I will just for now define some basic variables. So let's say email, where I am going to send an email, will be my, then we will use the name, let's say Snake B, and then we will need to have some body of an email. So with SendGrid you are able to send HTML or just plain text email, whatever you want. Let's say we will use HTML. So let's say hey man, how are you? And then we want to use 2 new breaks. Okay, what was this? 2 new breaks, and maybe we will just create some link. So let's say google.com, like just for the testing purposes, and we will need to have some subject. Let's say test email. So now this test, it can trigger that email go to the spam. It's just for testing, but with SendGrid most of the time emails are going to the inbox. So those are the basics that you need to have. and you can get those informations from your contact form or whatever the case might be. Okay, and now let's start writing the curl. So I will say curl handler is curl init. Okay, and now we need to define the URL. Okay, so handler and then opt URL where we are going to send an email. So we will use this one as they show. Okay, now they say that we need to say that it will be post method. So I will say curl opt post will be set to the true, and then I will just duplicate this and say post fields, and here will be our data. So let's say for now it will be just some variable data that we will create, but if you remember here they said that it needs to be the JSON format. So for that reason I will just say here JSON encode, and that's it. Now as you saw, we need to have some headers. Okay, so I'll just say here HTTP header, and here will need to be an array of the headers. So let's say it will be some variable headers that we will declare, and then we can just specify some like curl opt follow location true, and then maybe return transfer set to the true, and we need to execute this curl handler, and of course we need to close it. Okay, curl handler. Okay, so now as you can see we are missing those two variables, so let's create. So I'll first here say we will have headers, it will be an array, and then we will have some data. So for these headers we can grab those from here. You can see first header should be this one. Okay, so I will just paste it here, then we will add later our SendGrid API key, and then we have content type. Okay, that's it. So maybe we can just change this to make it same, and let's grab now our API key. Okay, boom, there we go. And now for the data, it's a little bit more advanced, but I will show you. So here it's quite hard to understand what is happening, so I'll just grab it here from here, copy, and then I will just go to one website, JS Beautifier, paste it and hit beautify code, and now here we are able to see that they have some personalization from subject content. Okay, and inside personalization it's an array, and inside that array is again associative array, and again, so it's, as you can see, each time we will need pretty much to declare 2 times an array for whatever we are going to do, except the subject and from. Okay, so let's say here I will say personalization. Okay, and then it needs to be an array, and inside that one we again will have an array. So I will say like this. Okay, and here it says 2, and then again we have 2 arrays. I know it's quite boring, but that's how they made it. Okay, and inside this one we declare where we are going to send an email. So once again it's each time 2. Okay, and then here we'll have email and where we are sending our email. So let's say email, and then we are, as you can see, email, and this is some object. So we'll just say no here. So it's test@example.com, so we can say it's our email, and we can declare here also the name. Okay, now after the personalization we have from. Okay, so this one is, I guess, array again. Let's just see. Yes, and then it's email. Okay, so I will say email hello at, this is who is sending an email. Then we have subject. Okay, so that one is subject. Okay, then we have the content, and inside the content it's again an array 2 times, and we have type and the value. So content, okay, array, first time it's indexed array, second time is associative array. That's how they made it. So we said we have type, okay, and we have value. So our value is body, and we want to send text HTML, if you remember here. Okay, so if we did everything correctly, I think that we are now good to go. So let's save it and try to send an email. So I'll just refresh. Okay, let me now go to my inbox. Okay, nothing here. Maybe we need to wait a little bit. So it will be also good to echo this response to see what they say. Okay, it's not here. It says the personalization fields and must have at least one. But it looks that we have typo somewhere. So let's see, person. Okay. Yeah. It looks that I had a mistake. So let's try again. So let's see. Okay, and now as you can see, the new email has arrived to my inbox. The subject is test email. When I open, it says, hey man, how are you? There's a link, we can click and go to the Google. So you can see now that everything is working properly, and still, as you can see, we are sending an email from the localhost. So in our case, it really doesn't matter how we are sending, because it will always work. Okay, so guys, pretty much that's it. I hope that this tutorial is clear enough and that you like it and enjoy it. And if you have any questions, please ask in the comments below, or if you like this video, please like it and share it with your friends. Take care.